And if I were to look back and think about if you're starting your scaling journey, what would I advise? I think the first thing you have to know is what is the impact I'm trying to reach. And you have to map out that impact path. And then you have to be able to say, okay, at the first iteration of this scale, what questions do I need to ask and what answers do I need to get? So for us, for example, it was just purely, will children learn using gaming technology in a village in Sudan? And if they couldn't learn, then we needed to stop or revisit. So I think you always need to know which questions. I think you also need to understand the landscape in which you operate and really look at, are you doing something differently? Who can help you? Where does it fit? So I think that's extremely important. I think also where we have been very lucky is we've been able to invest in research and in evaluation and take that time to do that. And I think that's important. Other things, we've had a number of mentors and still have a number of mentors. One or two we've had since 2012. And, they come back in different times and different degrees, but having a few mentors is extremely important. People who have a lot of experience, maybe outside your sector, that have experience in scaling themselves, in experiencing managing some of the politics of scale-up, and that's been really valuable. I think also you really have to look at, what's the cost effectiveness, what's the costing, what's my cash flow, when do I need cash, how do I need cash? I use the word cash, you probably should use the word funding, and really map that out and look at who your supporters can be. And I think if I was also to say, understand a little bit, you can't answer the sustainability questions at the early stages, or at least I couldn't, maybe others can, but I couldn't. It's to really look at, what's going to be needed for sustainable scale and start to think about, when am I going to be able to answer that question and what can I do in preparation now for being able to answer that question? For example, in our case, we looked at the intellectual property licensing issues quite early in the course of our life, and I think that's been quite helpful. So, yeah, and you need a bit of luck, huh?